I was recently contacted by a company, SGLEDs, that actually has a new LED bulb out that's basically rated for a totally enclosed fixture. The technology of the bulb, apparently, as the temperature rises in the bulb, there is a chip that actually will reduce the power and make it, last longer and have a good life, even in an enclosed type situation. So they sent me out a package of two different bulbs. This one here is a 16 watt bulb, 5000K with 2200 lumens, which is really pretty amazing for a 16 watt bulb, I feel. And I really wanted to try these out for my shop because I've been looking to upgrade those bulbs to something a little bit brighter in the I haven't really found anything available that was affordable so far. And then there's also a smaller 8 watt bulb that's basically about a 60 watt equivalent with 800 lumens that they also sent a couple of them. And, according to the specs, they're also rated for up to 150 degrees C in a totally enclosed fixture. So, I thought it'd be, great to give these a try and just see how they last. Also, these bulbs have a CRI rating of 80, which I feel is pretty good for a LED bulb. A incandescent bulb is actually a 100, and 80 and up is really a good color range. So, this is what they look like to start out with. And the first ones I'm going to change out are on the outside of my house. I have two of these small jelly jar type lights that are totally enclosed. Now, when I originally switched to LEDs, I put a couple bulbs in them that I didn't realize, but they were not rated for totally enclosed fixtures, and they only lasted a couple of months before having to be replaced. At that time, I found these bulbs here, which are really expensive, and they've got a big aluminum heatsink on them, as you can see, that were rated for the enclosed fixtures. And I did put them in, and they've been good for the last year or so. But they really don't have the color light that I was looking for, and they really look kind of ugly up in the fixture. So I figure I'm going to swap out this one here, and you can see it's a much smaller bulb. Same amount of lumens out of it, but it's 1.5 watts less power consumption on it, so it's really an energy saving type bulb. And there you can see it looks much better in the fixture, especially with the clear glass globe on it. So this is the first one that I swapped out. My first experience at all with these bulbs here. And one thing to remember with this model is that these are not for use with a dimmer switch. These bulbs just have an on-off switch, and there you can see it really does have a much nicer, brighter light that actually brings out the colors much better. I guess it has to do with the CRI rating, which I really haven't done much research on up to now, but there's a fine line between having too much blue in the bulb and not enough blue, and these seem to really just hit it right. You can see there the color coming out in that door underneath it and stuff. So I did switch these over, and it's just kind of a rainy day now, so I'll look at them, get a better look at them when it gets dark out tonight. So here we go down in my shop. I just wanted to show you what the bulbs look like and how the chips are put together in them. And I decided that I'm going to try replacing with the other two 8 watts. I'm going to replace a couple of these portable lights that I have on tools. Now this one is on my drill press, and this has one of the LEDs that's it's not rated for an enclosed fixture, and it's basically the same. It's I think it was 9 watts, and this is 8 watts, but they have the same output on them. But I noticed the minute I turned it on the big difference in the actual color that you see when you look down. I don't know what the CRI was on the other bulbs, but it definitely, there you can see everything doesn't look like white and glary. It does help bring out the colors of your skin and stuff. So I'm really hoping that these will help a little bit with all my videos. And then over to the miter saw, there's the old bulb. You can see it's nothing special. It lights the area up. It's the same 5000K, and it's a higher wattage but the same light output. And I'm just going to swap in this bulb and try it. And there I think you can get a better picture of, you see how those oranges and blacks and everything on the saw came out. It's like a whole different type of light coming out of these bulbs, and I think it's really going to be great. So then the next thing, I had those 4 big bulbs, and I do have 16 of the 100-watt equivalent LEDs in the ceiling of my shop there that light up my shop, and I've been looking for a way to make them brighter, and you can see there it's kind of like a white reflective type light that doesn't really bring out the colors. So the old ones were a 100-watt rated, 14-watt. They don't rate the CRI on them, but they were 1400 lumens. And these are 16-watt with a CRI of 80 and same 5000K, but there's 2200 lumens. So there's, like, for 2 more watts, there's an extra 800 lumens in this bulb, which I think is pretty amazing. So I've been looking to upgrade these bulbs for a while now, and I'm going to show you now what happens when I swap them out. And you can see the new bulb's a little bit shorter but a little bit fatter. So there it is. I just had 4 to replace over the workbench area, and right away I noticed just how much more light was available and how much the light brought out the colors and everything. You can kind of see the mess here that I've got, but you can really get a good idea of what that CRI rating actually does. And there you can see the colors in my hands and stuff. It really did make a difference. And I in the future I'm really going to be buying 12 more of these bulbs to replace all of them, because it's just I feel it's really worth it for the extra light and the just the type of light that's coming out of them. Now I guess we all have one of these old bins full of the old bulbs we've replaced that you really can't get rid of. These old CFLs, you can't throw them in the garbage. And these original LEDs, they never lasted that long either, even though they were rated for long hours. So it's just something that happens as technology changes, and it's hard to find recycling for this kind of bulb anymore. So in the end, I really do like these bulbs, and I really like the extra light that they give me in the shop, and just the better color of everything. It's pretty amazing to me, because I really didn't know there was such a thing as CRI in these LEDs. So I'll put links to SGLEDs in the actual bulbs on Amazon themselves, in case you want to do a little more research on them. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.